And it's the zero. It's the zero. So all I got to say to that is thanks for nothing. Yeah, it's nothing. It's Mr. Designs. Mr. Designs, okay? And they've got all kinds of product information on. I'm just kidding. At Mr. Designs, they got a website too. I'll give you a link to their website. What? Mr. or Mr. And it comes in a box. I got this at Blade West. I met Mr. and Mr. And they're the Mr. guys. And you know what? They won. They won Blade West. They won EDC, factory EDC knife, right? Hold on. Hold on. Well, not for the zero. And you can get the zero in black or whatever. That's what I bought. I mean, I liked it. Did I know when I bought this that later that evening when the judging happened, the next day, come back around and they won winner of Blade Show West 2023, Best Factory EDC for the Cipher and Decipher. Okay, Cipher and Decipher. I think it was that, was it the Decipher that won? I can't remember if it was the Decipher or the Cipher. The Cipher is the Tanto. The Decipher, okay, Decipher is the drop point one, okay? So I can't remember. One of them did the main design. The other one goes, oh, but the Tanto option was something I came up with. So there are two guys that, that worked on this project. And these guys, I mean, this was their first knife show, like blade show, right? And so these are not terribly expensive. I think Best Tech, this is 275. Best Tech is the OEM on this. And I believe they say, okay, or the Tanto. Okay, the Tanto Cipher. Okay. Here's the stats on this. And blah, blah, where do they go? I thought they were, I think they say Best Tech in here. That, of course, I can't. Yeah, Best Tech. Okay. Okay. But I will put the link to my video that I did with them at Blade West, and I did that, and they had already won the award, etc. But I had talked to them during setup on Thursday before the show even opened on Friday, etc. But here's your specs: 3.63-inch blade, and then they give you a bunch of information: hand rub, blade finish, flat grind, and so this is that's the Cipher and Decipher. This is the zero, okay? So this is kind of the information on this. A little bit shorter blade length on the zero, but I thought this was interesting because they called this a pivotless titanium button lock, okay? Patent pending mechanism. And here's your information on that as well. Drop point, etc., etc. Okay, it's pivotless. Well, how does it pivot shut if it's pivotless? It's not pivotless, it just doesn't show the pivot here on this side. But it does on this side, so I think we'll do a disassembly. But this is super straightforward. I mean, there is no hardware here. No hardware. Wow. It's clean look, isn't it? I thought it was cool. And you know what? I could have got this months before Blade West, but I didn't even know it was out there. I mean, there's so many people doing OEMs and/or custom knife guys. There's some custom knife makers over in Poland, other places in Europe that I'm not aware of or haven't been until recently. And then how many guys in the US are maybe makers themselves or just designers and OEMing knives out of China or wherever. And so there's just more than I could be aware of at any given time. So this is crazy. Mr. M390 titanium wire pocket clip. And I was looking at he's going, originally he's like, well, you could have made this to where you could flip it. But the problem is then you'd have to redesign this pocket clip to where they would have probably needed to make a whole different pocket clip to span this area here to go that way. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to just this way. So, yeah, because of the way this thing comes together, it almost looks like an integral, doesn't it? But it's not. And so, oh, that's interesting. But fidget friendly, and of course, there's your flipper tab, but it's not jimped here, but it's just kind of the corner that just brings it all together, right? I mean, otherwise, this is nice and rounded, and this is just all smooth and cool, and just like that. Got a little bit of a button stick, although, you know, like I was saying on another video, one guy in the industry was going, yeah, but they want you to be able to, they don't want it so seamless it's going to, you know, disengage. So they want to give it a little bit of stick to where you know what you're doing here, that you're disengaging it. So I never thought about that, but either that or it's a good excuse for having some button stick, you know, but it's not annoying or anything. And ooh, it feels light. Feels light, but it's full-size knife. So let's see how much it weighs. My zero, not my Decipher. But if you want the award winner, get the Decipher. I'll give you a link to their website. 3 ounces. Whew, yeah, it is light, isn't it? So 88.1 grams, 3 ounces. Yikes, that's, whew, hold on. So is that 3.4-inch blade? Yeah, I reckon. You know, at what, 83 millimeters and 7.6, you know, inches overall length. So it's under 8 inches, just shy of 20 centimeters. Okay. So, and there you go. Looks a bit integral here. Definitely devoid of any hardware from the front. 10.5, 0.41 millimeters. I mean, of an inch, 0.41 of an inch. You know, that's, it doesn't look that thin. It doesn't look that thin. Like a paramilitary 2 is a 0.46, I believe. 0.44. Oh, this one's a 0.44, 0.45. Okay, 0.45. And this is thinner. This is 0.41. I mean, this is fatter. So that's pretty incredible, actually. But I mean, if you want to kind of also compare to the overall length, obviously the PM2 is at 8.25. It's over. You know, it's longer than the Zero is. But the blade length is about the same. I think the biggest difference in these overall lengths is the handle length, because this is like a 5-inch handle. So, okay. In any case, there she goes. Bang. You hear that? Like a hollow area in there, and it is too. They definitely got her hollered out, don't they? So it's like it's ringing a bell, like a hammer against a pipe. Wow. Okay. And the ergos are just automatically good. I mean, it's just, there's nothing here. There's nothing to worry about. No gotchas on this. Fit and finish is nice, and Bestech's the OEM, and they do a good job. You got a little bit of jimping up in here. Do you need it? I don't know. Is it aggressive? No, not really. Oh, by the way, will it cut? And let me see. Ooh, would I catch that in the wrong place, didn't I? Let me make sure I ain't got a nick or a... One way to tell if you got a nick or something in the blade is cutting through there. No, I think I'd already hung up something on there, and that's why. Okay, we're good. We're good. Okay. So, what do you think? It is intriguing that it's just so plain. And yet, in that way, it's fidget friendly. And you know what? I don't know. Let me. Okay, I can get it out, but it's not falling out. You got to whack it pretty good. Yeah. So I'd say the detent's probably about where you want it. They could have made it a little bit stiffer, I guess, because you only got one way to open it with the flipper tab. You know what I'm saying? And the button. Take a look at the button. Okay, so how is this for you? What do you think? Is that like too scary because it might disengage? Okay, or is that seem nice and rounded and smooth and just a nice little bump there, not really too concerning? I don't find it concerning myself, but I'm pretty live and let live kind of thing. I'm not too hyper focused on any given component. I just want to be able to put it in my hand and know that I can do it one-handed. It's somewhat fidget friendly, and it's got decent ergos. I can grab it and do things. It's lightweight, and I like the looks. I'm a design guy. I buy from the looks of the design. That's my primary thing when I buy a knife. I look at it and I go, is that intriguing? If it is, then yeah, I'll jump into it and then worry about the rest when I get in my hand, try and figure out what's going on. But yeah, nice flat grind, etc. Piercing, slicing, M390. Okay, we good. We good. And you know, there's no wobble or wiggle or problem. It seems like it's a solid lockup on the button. Okay, so we're good there. I know what I think. I have been thinking about this for a while too, about taking this dog apart and just trying to see what would this all be like. Okay. What am I doing? Okay. Here we go. Let's attack this thing, and we've got this and this and this. That's it. Okay, so let's get to it. Ooh, how am I gonna? Okay. Okay, I'm unscrewing it. But I mean, it's hard for me to tell anything because it's just from the back only and there's nothing there. Is this a number? Oh, this is number 8 as well. Okay. Okay, so there's the pocket clip screw. Okay, this is all coming apart. Surprise, surprise. There goes that screw for the pocket clip. So what did they done on the back side here? Okay, so they've got this where it kicks into this little area there. All right. Okay. What else we got? Ceramic bearings. And there's the spring. Spring looks like it sticks in there pretty good and kind of stands up on its own. It's not too wobbly or anything, which is good as far as I'm concerned. And then where do we come out from there? Okay. So with this thing in here, oh, there it comes. Okay. So you can keep this engaged in here if you want. You can pop it through here. Okay. But it won't pop through there, will it? Okay, come on. No, not going through there, but it will through there. Okay. It's a nice little thought. Okay, let's see what we got in here. Ah, yes. And the designer was standing right there, one of the two guys that I talked to. I guess it's Mercia or Mercia. I was half listening to him. Sorry about that, but yeah, I wasn't paying close attention. I was playing with the damn knives. Okay, so I see what they're doing. So you've got So you got little number 6s here holding this whole surround together, right? Okay, so basically it's pivotless because I was wondering how they were doing that. I was wondering if the pivot didn't kind of just screw into the other side, but it does this way. Okay, so there's the third screw. Okay, so on the other side, there's your pivot screw, and there's your pivot area. Okay, so that's what you got. You got this, goes into here, and then this got a little flat spot, so it is captured, right? Hold on, hold on. Yeah, it's captured because there's a little flat spot there. Okay, and then there's your pocket clip hanging in there, right? So the pocket clip looks like this, just kind of reaches over and settles into those little areas. And then there's your steel washer, okay? All right, so nothing too complex. This is all built in here. And I guess these extra holes there are basically just to help continue to reduce weight on this thing, right? All through here. Interesting. Okay. Except for your pocket clip deal. But then this is just a separate little deal. And then, of course, you got to get this oriented the right way to go through the flat spot on the other side here, which is facing back that way. Okay. So that's it. That's your disassembly. 0, 0. Back together with the 0. She's swinging free. You know what I'm saying? Let it drop. There we go. The 0 from Mr. Designs. Or get the cipher or decipher, the award winners, right? Check them out. Couple of guys that spent several years kind of putting things together, and they've got other knives too, and they got some on pre-order. Some are on pre-order, so check those out as well. They got stuff going on over at Mr. Designs. Great ideas, obviously. I mean, you just walk in, first show you've done, you submit your knife and you win an award. What can I say? You know, they gotta have something going. Take care, my friends. Love them knives here. And you guys, stay sharp.